just to the Russians alone. I mean, we said it all over the world. Our troops, especially in the Pacific Theater, ate it. That was basically what they ate all the time. 90 million pounds to the Russians. Apparently in like the 50s, Nikita Khrushchev said, you know, if they hadn't sent us all this spam, they might not have been able to feed their troops during World War II. So a little weird canned kind of ham pork product, canned meat, may have won World War II. And the Fed is trending on X. I wasn't sure why, and I'm still not 100% sure why, although part of it is because of this building that they're renovating. They're supposed to be renovating one of the buildings at the Fed, right? And the other day, Donald Trump came out there with Jerome Powell, and they're talking about how the renovation of the building was kind of a little bit over budget, okay? First of all, listen, the numbers on this are crazy. They wanted $2.something billion to renovate a building at the Fed. $2.1 billion. Well, this is $2.5 billion. But they're over budget by over $1 billion for one building. They're over budget over $1 billion for one building. $1 billion friggin' dollars for one building. This isn't even for building a new building. It's for renovating a building. What the actual F are they doing? If after a night of filling your rectum with vodka from a turkey baster, the cops find you changing a flat in the cereal aisle of a Piggly Wiggly and ask how much you've had to drink, and you say nothing, are you lying? Well, no. Now, if they had been asking, have you been injecting? You'd have to say yes, but they said, have you been drinking? Well, no, absolutely. Yeah, Lord Sanders, absolutely not. In fact, you all can try to answer these questions. Stand by. The program will begin soon. A WNBA game got stopped in the middle of the game because one of the players lost their wig while they're playing, and they had to run off. And then some fan made fun of the player, and they had to run. And they kicked the fan out for making fun of a player losing the weave. Not the weave, it was a wig. Losing their wig. They had to have a timeout for the wig, a wig emergency. Which I'm like, why the F are you wearing a wig while you're playing basketball? But then yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, a game had to be stopped briefly because someone threw a big old green dildo on the floor. Someone threw a dildo out on the floor, out of the court. They had to stop the game. I don't know if they caught the person who sent the dildo, but the green dildo was on the court, and a large number of the players had no idea what to do with something of that shape, but that's okay. It happened, and then someone made this t-shirt or this meme, pay us what you owe us, which has a dildo on it. So that was... Hey, you know what the really good interrupt violence through community-based bystander training? Yeah, if the bystanders beat the fuck out of someone who's attacking somebody else, that would be great bystander training. They can send them to the MMA gym, you know, put them in an arm bar, smack them in the face a few times. Stop doing that bullshit. That would be the best community-based bystander training, but I don't think that's what it is. Anyway. And then the other one, they'll go back all the way to Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof's the other one, which, does anyone, okay, let me ask you something. A lot of you are right-leaning or on the right. Is there anybody in this, anyone you know of? Is there anyone that you know of on the right who supports or supported Dylan Roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only PDawgKnight.
Yes, Somnambule Nation. 8 or 10:35 start time is back. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet with a stuffy nose, but I'm not probably going to cough as much today because I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. But that doesn't mean we'll have some lapses because I'm talking, which means I'm coughing. So anyway, hi. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday, and we're just going to get right into it. Let's say hi to everybody and get it going. First, the chat. Skella08, Miss Midnight is in the house, gets the bell for being first. Also, good morning, Camera Soldier. Good morning, Avocados Diabli. Also, Gunfox61, the amazing administrator of the PDawgKnight Discord server. Also, Episcopos. And I'm only getting Ercola, something like that. You know, I'm getting your @ names today, so what is that again? Well, you know who it is. Episcopos in the house. Somnambule Nation, good morning. Attack Alpaca. Is that everybody? Shit. Well, I just did start the stream. People will come in here eventually. 13 people, 6 likes. Hit the like button, share the stream. Here, let me give you that. How about I give you this thing? Oh, in fact, I didn't realize. Let's replace the pin message. You can share the show there. I changed the pin message. That is everybody, though, isn't it? That is everybody. Okay. You are very, yeah. Oh my goodness. What the hell's going on there? Thank you. Well, at least I'm not orange, right? Isn't that the, you know. All right, let's fix that. Let's get, let there be light. That might be help. Will that help? Well, sort of. Yeah, that makes me less red. Let's unsaturate this a little bit. There we go. That better, huh? Better? I'm still pretty red. What the hell's going on there? There's contrast. No, I need the contrast. Maybe I need to sharpen it. I mean, you definitely want to see every pimple on my face. What the bloody hell is going on? Oh, that may be orange. Well, I don't know what to do here. This is weird. This is a strange phenomenon that I can't seem to figure out. And I don't feel like wasting too much time on it because I already have. So, all right, there we go. That's about as good as it's going to get. Kind of looking like a brother again. Well, I'm pretty light-skinned. Everyone wonders. So anyway, hello, JB. What's up? Jay Blizz is in the house. Nice to have you. Marty, the @ names are YouTube's new program and not a glitch. No, I know. And it's a pain in the ass because I don't want the @ names. I wanted the name that you call yourself. It's kind of like, oh, are you going to force everyone to do a dead name now after, being all trans-friendly and shit? Hello, Ms. Wild Wolf is here. All right, so that's it. And then some of you shared the stream already, like beat me to it or something. So let me go into my notifications here because I know a few of you have done that. Starting with, of course, Somnambule Nation beats everybody to punch on that one. And I'll repost that. And then also, let's see. So there's a little cartoon here. What does it say? One Christmas, Santa decided that coal just wasn't working anymore. Oh my God, he's putting on brass knuckles. Oh gosh. Oh, that's terrible. That reminds me, that sounds like something you see on the Far Side. It's almost, it's kind of has that Far Side vibe. Any Far Side fans out there? That was one of my favorites. That and Calvin and Hobbes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Hello, TC. What up, Moist Tree Rat, aka TC, with the moist thing going again. Also, Somnambule Nation and Ms. Wild Wolf reposted the show. Ms. Wild Wolf giving us a little cute kitty thing going on there, the dancing kitty, saying let's go. Hit the link and drop a let's go in a GIF. And then also TC, aka Moist Tree Rat, aka what are some of those things that you put out there that I was going to say our neighborhood necrophiliac, but that's not true. Every time. Okay, so there you go. Welcome to the show, everybody. That's how we're going. Now, I am going straight to the top story of the day. I am so excited. I'm so excited about this thing. And if you're new here, not for the reason you think. Ms. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has announced her bid for the United States Senate. Yeah! Well, that's pretty quiet. I said Ms. Jasmine Crockett announced her bid for the United States Senate. Okay, well, anyway, Miss No District Congresswoman. Yeah, they're getting rid of her district, basically. So she put up a video about this. First of all, the Dallas Congresswoman filed paperwork on Monday to run for the 2026 Democratic Party primary against Senator John Cornyn. At her rally, she criticized Republicans over rural hospital closures, school gun violence, and policies favoring billionaires, tearing up as she thanks her district, Crockett known for sharp congressional exchanges. Miss Thang aims to boost turnout in a state that hasn't elected a Democrat senator since 1994. Fellow Democrat James Tallarico pledged a respectful primary contest. I guess that's someone who's going to run against her. So here's, let's see, here's the video. Oh, let me pause this. Let me pause this. Here's the video she put out. I have not even watched it. I've just put up the, I'm just putting it up here, watching it cold. We'll see what she has to say.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her?
She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
No, she just code switching, Donald. She just code switching and making herself look like a fool sometimes, especially when she's doing it in the middle of Congress. If she's at a black church, code switch all you want. But you know what? That shit don't play on Congress. It just makes you look foolish. But anyway.
Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well,
She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding. Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
I am terrified. I'm terrified. So there you go. And someone is an Adwell production paid for by Justin for Texas. Okay, so anyway, that's her. That's how she announced it. And then let's see, she had a national TV interview as your U.S. Senate candidate, 10 p.m. Central Time on Laura Coates live on CNN. So she went on Laura Coates. This is Laura Coates show. Let's see what happened there. Let's see if she talks all normal or she code switches in this interview. Because you know the whole code switching might work for her district. Hello, Selected Boy. Yeah, the whole code switching thing might work for her district. But I don't, because by the way, if you're not sure what code switching is, that's when she exaggerates her vernacular. Because remember, Jasmine Crockett grew up going to private prep schools and went to very expensive high school, whatever. Her parents are very wealthy. And she talked like a Valley girl while she was in the Texas House or whatever, when she was an elected official in Texas. She talked like a Valley girl. If you're not familiar with Valley Girl, midnight. Well, you know, she talked like, you know, okay, I hate to say this. She talked like a rich white girl. Anyway, but now she's all this code switching because she, learned how to code switch and talks like she's a hood rat. And I don't think the hood rat thing, is it going to play with Texas? Anyway, here we go. Here she is on Laura Coates. Who posted this? Did she post this? No, Eric Doherty. Holy crap. Jasmine Crockett tanks her just launched Texas U.S. Senate campaign, tells Trump voters to shove it. She doesn't need it. Oh, well, Texas was a plus 14 Trump state. Well, anyway, let's see. Because not everyone is enchanted with Trump anymore, but doesn't mean that they are completely abandoning him. And she told them to shove it. Okay, let's hear what she says here. This is posted by someone on the right. So we know how they, everyone's going to choose clips which bolster their own position. So this is what someone from the right posted. Let's see what she says.
How you make voters who previously voted for Trump, particularly given that you have been an outspoken critic and he has inserted himself, just take your campaign video as is. He has inserted himself at every turn when it comes to your content.
Look, and by the way, that video that we just watched, if her only campaign theme is that she's anti-Trump or Trump doesn't like her, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. And by the way, John Cornyn isn't a lock to be the Senate candidate from Texas. I think there's some people running the Texas primary for the Republicans too. I thought I could have sworn Cornyn was going to step down, but apparently he's not. But I know there's a couple other people thinking about running for the Senate in Texas. Just FYI, and I'll talk about that in a minute.
How will you convert those who are supportive of him to voters for you?
Yeah, I don't know that we'll necessarily convert all of Trump supporters. That's not our goal.
Do you need to?
Our goal is to definitely talk to people.
Do you need to?
No, we don't.
Oh,
we don't need to.
We don't.
Our goal is to make sure that we can engage people that historically have not been talked to, because there's so many people that get ignored, specifically in the state of Texas. Listen, the state of Texas is 61% people of color. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of good.
It's funny though. So there she goes. So it's when she says people of color, so she's saying that all the Hispanics are going to be on her side too. And I just got to tell you, the idea that she's assuming that people of color don't vote Republican in Texas, but they do. That's the problem. Especially the Hispanics, they're about 50-50 Republican and Democrat in Texas too. So, to rely on people of color, she still has to win over a lot of Trump voters. Sorry. It probably ain't happening, but here we go.
Folk that we can talk to. We know that when Beto came really close, Beto, who is a progressive, we know that he got 65% of the Latino vote. So what did they do after that? They specifically went after Latinos.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They did not go after Latinos. They went after people who crossed our border in an illegal manner. Migrants who broke the law crossing our border. And the Latinos in Texas, half the border patrol in Texas that works in Texas is Latino. So let's not, she's counting some chickens that she may not have got out of that have never been hatched yet.
We know that he got close to 90% or right there at 90% of the African-American vote. So honestly, what we need to do is start talking to the...
Wait, he got 90% of the African-American vote? Who did? Who's she talking about? Hold up. Let me go back. That's me code switching right there. Hold up.
For that, they specifically went after Latinos. We know that he got close to 90% or right there at 90% of the African-American vote. So honestly, what we need to do is start
looked at her
talking
sideways
to the
because she knew
majority.
she misspoke. She misspoke there. Beta O'Rourke. Beta. Hello, Annalyn, by the way. And by the way, the Pope is here. Let me pause for a second. Welcome to Pope Tyrannus III, the Blessed Lynch, with the daily message of hope from not the Father, not the Son, but of the Holy Ghost. Pope Tyre says, blessing of the Holy Ghost. Today, take it slow. Life moves very fast. In the span of 3 blinks, you are born, you live a long life, and then you meet your maker. Slow it down and enjoy his creation. Angels, please do your thing. God, sometimes they're just unreliable. Anyway, thank you, Pope Tyrannus III, for that message of hope. Did I see somebody? Oh, Blue Eyed Screams in the house, too. What's up? Nice to see you. All right, and Annalyn, I think you heard me, but if you didn't, there I am. Okay, let's go back to, oh, by the way, we have our first sponsor today. Today, TC Hanging Balls with a six bagger in the tip jar, who says, I'll help America out and bang Tammy Baldwin so hard she turns into Mitch McConnell. Or is it the other way around? Oh, good Lord. Isn't Tammy the Baldwin the one with no legs? Isn't she at least she's not dead. I think we did this one before, didn't we? Or who is Tammy which one's Tammy Baldwin? That's yeah, isn't that the helicopter pilot lady? Anyway, all right, back to Jasmine Crockett. Back to Jasmine. Let's finish this. Well, wait. Let me pause for a second. Thank you, Gunfox61, dropping a Hamilton in the tip jar. And now, first of all, let me give TC his props. TC,
you are the new Streamlabs.
You were the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor. But now, Gunfox61. Oh, that's Duckworth. Yeah, Duckworth is like, it's Tammy Baldwin. Oh, Tammy Baldwin. Oh, you're a sick man. Anyway, but now, Gunfox, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Who says, hold up, wait a minute. Retirement, maybe. Okay, we'll get to that one after we finish with Jasmine Crockett here. Anyway, okay, so let's finish up with Jasmine Crockett here. So she was saying something about something. I'll back it up a little bit.
Close to 90% or right there at 90%
yeah, she
of
messed
the
up
African American vote.
She messed up that.
Honestly, what we need to do is start talking to the vast majority of Texas. I think my message is very much a mainstream message. I don't know who disagrees with the fact that affordability is a real thing, except for the president, who says it's a Democratic hoax. But when somebody goes to the grocery store nowadays, whether it's in East Texas or whether it's right here in Dallas, Texas, or whether it's in Austin or West Texas, let me tell you, they are looking at those grocery prices and they are thinking we deserve better.
The great rise in grocery prices happened prior to the president coming here, and they've only gone up slightly since. Just saying.
Knowing that we do the amount of trade that we do in the state of Texas, yet right now there are these unwarranted tariff wars that is directly impacting us, knowing that we do agriculture big in Texas. We do everything bigger in Texas, but we do ag big, and understanding that we are hitting record-breaking bankruptcy filings by our farmers. Listen, my message is real simple. I'm looking out for you, your survival, and the survival of your kids as it relates to affordability, being able to actually go and access health care, being able to send your child to school, being able to afford a roof over your head. If that's not, what Trump supporters want, then fine. Then they absolutely won't listen to me. But I'm here for the everyday person, the person that's not the billionaire on the list that Trump has decided to take care of, but the people that he left sitting out in the cold, just like he did when he decided to be sworn in, and he decided that Inauguration Day he would have it inside while so many of his loyal supporters were outside.
All right, so
how you make voters
so she doesn't need Trump supporters in Texas. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. Now, there's some people who are very excited about Jasmine Crockett being the nominee. Brooklyn Dad Dumbass. Good morning and happy Tuesday to everyone who admires and respects Representative Jasmine Crockett and knows she's a billion times smarter than Trump, with more spine than the entire MAGA party combined. Get him help, Miss Crockett. Yeah, go ahead and just get that neck going. I'm saying that everyone loves that. Hello, my friend, dear friend, now what studios, aka my friend from high school. Welcome. Good morning, P-Dawg. Isn't she engaged to a man named Shit? Crockett Shit Wedding will be sponsored by George Soros. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. Okay. Wait a minute. Is that true? Hold up. Wait a minute. as Gunfox did. Let's ask Grok. Hang on. Who is Jasmine
Is that true? Or that just you just made it funny. I mean, that's funny as hell. But please tell me that's not true. Who is Jasmine Crockett dating? I mean, if his name is truly SCHITT. Okay, that was just a joke. That was funny as hell, though. Come on now. That's hilarious. Okay, Woo, you got me. You got me on that one. Okay. Oh wait, no, what are notifications? Any more notifications here? Anyone else? Okay, no, share the show. All right. That was good. You got me. So anyway, I had an article about her running. Where the hell did it go? Okay, guess not. Never mind. What's it? I could have sworn I had an article. Oh, there's a couple stories in the links too today that you got to read. Oh, here's a headline for you. Joy Reid calls America's founders leeches. Wow. You know, she could go right her ass back to Trinidad or wherever the fuck her family's from, for all I care. Anyway, here it is. Here it is. I knew I had an article open, but I just couldn't find it. Oh, because it was an illegal insurrection. For some reason, I thought it was somewhere else. Here's the article from illegal insurrection. Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett files to run for the Senate from Texas. LOL. I wonder if she even makes it out of the Democratic Party. Oh, that's a good question. Here, let's do a quick poll question. Will Jasmine Crockett even make it through the Democrat primary in Texas? And look, she may. There's a poll to start off if you want to answer that question. Did she need to separate a separate filing for her eyebrows? What do you mean her eyebrows? You mean her eyelashes? It's hard to be a professional when it comes to someone like Representative Jasmine Crockett from Texas. It's going to be even harder because Crockett filed a run for the Senate in 2026 after Representative Colin Allred, a potential rival, dropped his bid for the Democratic primary. I mean, look at this video. We saw the video. Texas, let's win this thing. Crockett held an event in Texas to make her announcement. Oh, I forgot about that. She did it here. Let me show you the little thing she did in front of people's. Oh, apparently James isn't this. This is a congressman too, isn't it? James Tallarico. Yeah, he's a representative, middle school teacher. Blah blah blah. I think he's running for the Senate too in Texas. He says we will make the case why we are the best position to win this race, but we will always treat Congresswoman Crockett with the utmost respect. So here's James Tallarico, another Congress critter from Texas,
who knows how to fight and
who's also running for this the Democratic nomination. Here we go.
Hey, Team Tallarico, I just wanted to hop on here and record a quick video for y'all. Lots of news in the race today. On behalf of all of us, I want to welcome Congresswoman Crockett into the Democratic primary race.
You think he really welcomes her?
I chose to run for the honor of being your next U.S. Senator because working people deserve someone who knows how to fight and knows how to win in Washington.
Or did he say, as soon as he heard that, did he go, what the fuck? Which do you think it was? Huh? Hello? Oh, Blue Ed Screen's already here.
I always knew this was going to be hard. And I am so proud of what we've built so far. We've shattered grassroots fundraising numbers. We've built an infrastructure of 10,000 volunteers, just like all of you, who are already putting in the work.
Look, Jasmine's going to have so many volunteers, like out of Houston and parts of Dallas. So the amount of number of volunteers, can she get volunteers statewide though? That's curious. That's a curious thing.
To win in November, I am so proud of the community and the culture.
November
we've built
26th
here at Team Tallarico. We have always maintained that we are pro our campaign, not anti anyone else's. We will make the case for why we are best positioned to win this race.
Because you know she's going to be
and
anti-you.
take power back for working people. But we will always treat Congresswoman Crockett with the utmost respect. She is my colleague, and she is a leader in our state. She deserves nothing less. So now is the time. Please sign up to phone bank, send texts, learn how to host block walks. Let's go win this thing.
You're fucking a white male!
So anyway, good luck, James. Here's her at her event. This now people keep putting the same 52 rough seconds up here. They're different. This is Brian. These are all left wingers. Brian Allen, call to activism. Let's see what section of this little announcement she put up. They put up for this one.
Well, I'm done with politics as usual.
Wait, why is there music over this?
Done with going
No. Nope. If they put music over it, I don't want to see
Team
it.
Team Tallarico, I just want
Shut up, James.
to hop on here.
Let's try this one. If there's music.
Well, I'm done with politics as usual.
Okay, here we go.
I'm done with going along to get along.
Yes,
and
it's only on the right side if you're
I'm
wondering.
done watching rural hospitals and public schools close their doors. I'm done watching parents be afraid to send their kids to school or the mall or the movie.
Did you say she's just tired of rural hospitals and public schools closing their doors? What public schools are closing their doors? I'm curious. I mean, is there a rash of public schools closing their doors that I have not heard about? Anyway.
It's because Republicans have flooded our streets with guns. I'm done with the senators sitting.
Republicans have flooded our streets with guns. What?
Around doing nothing while Trump takes your hard-earned money, skims your Social Security, slashes Medicare, and gives tax breaks to billionaires. I'm done. I'm done watching the American dream on life support while Trump tries to pull the plug. The gloves have been off, and now I'm jumping into the ring. I'm asking for your support to be the next United States Senator from the greatest state of Texas.
So here's the thing. I don't know that James Tallarico can handle that. This is going to be a bloodbath on the Democratic side. But now what's interesting, where's Wesley? Where's Wesley here? Because Wesley Hunt, who's also a congressperson from Texas, said something about he's looking forward to debating Jasmine Crockett, and I'm not sure why. Where the hell is that? Yeah, they must have rearranged this tab because it was a lot sooner than that. You can't make this up. Jasmine Crockett just launched her Texas Senate campaign through a rapper, then played a video of President Trump calling her low IQ, as if that helps her case. Here, what's this?
Thank you so much, Pastor Haynes. If I can have everybody direct their eyes to the screen, please. Thank you.
Why did they put the screen over there?
They have their new star, Crockett. How about her?
Oh, it's the same video.
She's the new star of the Democrat.
Anyway, I don't care. Anyway, there you go. Jasmine Crockett running for the United States Senate. All right, real quick, let's Gunfox dropped a Hamilton in the tip jar and is faithfully hijacking the show. Oh, did I finish that article on here? Let's see. Hang on, before I do that, let's go back to this real quick. So anyway, so a couple comments here. This is Greg Price. We now go live to Jasmine Crockett's Senate announcement where a rapper just performed a song about her. I didn't see that. Jasmine Crockett on her decision to run for Senate. So those are just videos that Chris Cillizza wrote. Oh, here's Chris Cillizza, everybody's favorite former CNN, whatever the hell he is these days, loser. wrote at the Daily Beast that Crockett's run, quote, could be a nightmare for Democrats because the Democrats could give the Republican a decent run if Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton wins the Republican primary. But uber progressive Crockett could ruin that because Texas is not Illinois. Oh my God. Chris Eliza with some wisdom. That's the truth, ain't it? Texas is not Illinois. All right, let's all right, real quick. Thank you, Gunfox, dropping this one in the article in the tip jar today with an article to hijack the show. Apparently, the U.S. Navy mistake. The USS Nimitz aircraft carrier cannot be retired now. Now, why is that? Let's find out. The USS Nimitz, the Navy's oldest carrier, is slated for decommissioning in 2026 after more than 50 years of service, even as global demand for carrier presence surges. With the Ford-class USS John F. Kennedy delayed until at least 2027, the fleet could briefly drop to 10 carriers amid crisis with China, Russia, Iran-backed Houthis, and Venezuela drug networks. So here it is. It is the end of the era for the U.S. Nimitz. Sorry, I'm getting stuffed up again. The aircraft carrier is expected to be decommissioned after 2026, completing its last cruise on December 16th. The Nimitz will return to its home port at Naval Base Kitsap in Bremerton, Washington, where it faces retirement. It is the Navy's oldest carrier and has served for over 50 years. The Nimitz is returning from a 9-month deployment in the Indo-Pacific and the Arabian Sea. Once in Bremerton, it will transit to Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia, to begin the decommissioning service in May 2026. That won't be the end of the aircraft carriers based in Bremerton, though. The USS John F. Kennedy and Gerald R. Ford class flat top will come to Washington for commissioning in 2027. The John F. Kennedy will eventually join the USS Ronald Reagan, another Nimitz class carrier in Washington State. Now, the need for aircraft carriers, despite maintenance requirements, the Nimitz, due to its advanced age, is expensive to keep afloat and requires extended maintenance for active service. However, aircraft carriers are needed more than ever, and the Navy may need to reconsider its decision to retire the Nimitz. Having 11 aircraft carriers in service gives the maritime branch more options for projecting power around the world. Aircraft carriers are a presidential-level asset and must often steam to hot spots to respond to brushfire wars. For example, the Iranian-backed Houthis and terrorists caused all kinds of problems with the civilian and military shipping in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. The United States had to dispatch 2 carrier strike groups to the region and make sure the Houthis did not sink a ship with drones and anti-ship missiles. Now, the USS Gerald R. Ford is in the Western Hemisphere with its battle flotilla and to intimidate Venezuela. The United States is making protection of homeland a priority and ordering strikes against boats carrying illegal narcotics launched from Venezuela and other South American states. The Donald Trump administration is electing to destroy the drug vessels outright and eliminate narco-terrorists rather than arresting suspects using Coast Guard personnel. It is a wartime footing that many Democrats have questioned due to its alleged lack of legality and recent accusation of a double-tap strike that saw a second missile sink a boat and kill 2 survivors. The Trump administration contends that no laws were broken during the action against the narco-terrorist. Now, obviously, China is also concerned as the People's Liberation Army and Navy has 3 of its own carriers in service, with a fourth on the way that could be nuclear powered. It is plausible that the U.S. Navy could lose an aircraft carrier in a battle against China. That would be a shot heard around the world and a major focal point, shocking the American people. Europe must be dealt with as Russia has still refused to end its war against Ukraine. American carriers are an asset that must lead NATO's training to make certain the various navies from alliance members can project power in a way that intimidates Russia and deters its navy from conducting malign activity against Western countries. However, even though the U.S. Navy promises to maintain 11 active carriers at all times, there may be a year when only 10 are available. So, I didn't realize that I knew China had a new carrier coming out. I didn't realize they only had 4. I thought they already had 4 or maybe 5, but they only have 4. Problem is, we project our power a lot more wider stance than China does. Now, however, even though the U.S. Navy promised to maintain 11 active carriers at all times, there may be a year when only 10 are available, like this coming year if they retire the Nimitz. The John F. Kennedy may be delayed for another 2 years before it's ready for active duty. The Kennedy will now be delivered in March 2027. If the Nimitz retires in 2026, that means the Navy will be one short in the carrier fleet. Reason for the delay is similar to Gerald R. Ford's tardiness. The advanced arresting gear and the advanced weapon elevator needed more work. These are brand new systems for the Ford class that critics, including Trump, have pointed to as the culprit for the Navy's carrier woes. For these reasons, the Department of Defense could change Nimitz retirement date to 2027, which I suppose would be prudent, wouldn't it? Sounds like it'd be prudent, but anyway. If they, require us to have 11, so they could change the date to 2027, get it ready, and send it on one more cruise to the Mediterranean or the Indo-Pacific. It will likely not have a service life beyond 2027, but an extension could be necessary until the Kennedy has fixed its problems. 5 decades is a long time to serve, though, and it is not clear how long the carrier will be in maintenance after this last deployment. And if the Nimitz could manage another cruise, the Navy thus faces a difficult decision with the Nimitz. Retire it and go down to 10 carriers for a year, or keep it in business for another bite at the apple. So, and then this, he puts an editorial comment at the end. He says, I incline to support life extension for the Nimitz for another 1 or 2 years. The threat environment is too extensive to retire in 2026. If the United States is going to keep a carrier in the Western Hemisphere for long periods, and it looks like it will, then that leaves other regions short one flat top to patrol the world's oceans. There are just too many geopolitical risks to go down to 10 carriers until the Kennedy is ready. America's ability to project power and deter enemies hangs in the balance, and the Nimitz could squeeze just one more deployment to allow the Navy some more coverage and control in various regions. So there you go. They're saying it should not be retired just yet. What do you think? Chinese carriers are always in dry dock. Yeah, I'm not confident that the Chinese carriers are an impressive lot, so to speak. It's amazing though that this. Look at how short that deck looks on there. With those, you look at the size of the planes. Those planes launch and land from that short deck. That's amazing. I'm pretty sure they have to fly into the wind, though, wouldn't they? What, the Nimitz will be a bullet magnet? Is that what you're saying? Anyway, so thank you, Gun Fox, for that article, and that's very interesting. Oh, you can't even see that. Did I have that thing off the whole time? Holy shit. Okay, well, here. There's a... This is what I was talking about. This is the look down at the Nimitz. I mean, that's pretty wild that jets can fly or take off and land on this thing. Anyway. Oh, the John F. Kennedy will be? Oh, interesting. Good morning, Alan Thyler. Nice to have you here. Welcome, sir. All right. Thanks again, Gun Fox. Appreciate that. Now, I'm going to just go through what else is happening that's going to be this kind of lightning round for the rest of the show. Why would you name a ship after an assassinated president? That is bad luck. When they decided to build this next ship, that's a really good question. That is a really good question. Holy shit. Kind of weird. All right. Politico is trending. Donald Trump did an interview with Politico. And depending on which side, again, everyone puts the clip that they think is advantageous to them. For some reason, a lot of the people on the right are touting this clip of Trump answering this question.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want to rule in or out. I don't talk about it. Why would I talk to you, an extremely unfriendly publication, if you want to call it Politico, that got $8 million from Obama to keep it afloat, Why would I do that? Why would I talk about that to Politico? I mean, I'm doing this because you picked me as a man.
Well, I'm asking for transparency
for
for their American people, because a lot of folks are, well, people are wondering
I am
what
the
is...
most transparent politician maybe in the world.
A lot of folks are wondering what our goals are in
Sure,
Venezuela.
but I don't want to talk to you about military strategy.
Well, may I ask?
So she asked, and to be fair, her question again. Well, here's her question again.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want
to. So she's talking about Venezuela, right? And why would he even answer that question in an interview? And if he did answer the question in an interview, you know, they'd be all over him. They'd be like losing their fucking minds, right? So that's a silly one. Now, then let's find someone from the left. Let's see who, because both people on the right and the left have put clips of this interview up here. Oh, this is another one. Talking about the possible replacement of the Fed chairman. If Powell's replacement would cut interest rates.
I want to ask about interest rates, because a lot of Americans agree with you that they're too high. You're going to pick a new Fed chair soon. Is it a litmus test that the new chair lower interest rates immediately?
Yes. Well, this guy should too, but I think he's a combination of not a smart person and doesn't like Trump.
So, I wish. See, this is one of those things that it can be fun when Donald Trump does things like that, but also I wish he wouldn't do it. You know, determine whether or not, just because they disagree with Trump, if he's smart or not. But that's just Trump style. You know, I always say, Trump's a jackass, but he's the jackass we need. But sometimes when he says he's the most transparent president and politician in the world right now, well, yeah, because he never minces words, which I suppose in some ways good. But you know, it's okay. Now, so that's a litmus test, which, hey, fine, lower them interest rates. Let's go. Okay. Someone here says Trump told Politico he never offered an Argentina-style financial line to Viktor Orban, refuting Orban's claim of a U.S. financial shield. After the Washington meeting, Orban said a deal was struck. No, I didn't promise him, but he certainly asked for it, Trump said. So there's that. Oh, and also there's some news about Ukraine, too, in that interview. Here's this clip.
It was always, long before Putin, it was an understanding that Ukraine would not be going into NATO. This was long before Putin, in all fairness. And now they pushed, you know, when Zelensky first went in and first met Putin, he said, I want two things. I want Crimea back, and we're going to be a member of NATO. He didn't say it in a very nice way either, you know.
No, Ukraine should not be a part of NATO. Sorry. Hello, unacceptable views, my other favorite Canadian. No. That's why Russia's getting so froggy right now, because they're being surrounded by NATO when they were told they would never be. And what do you expect them to think if we make every country bordering Russia part of NATO? I just don't get it. Why do we keep doing that shit? But anyway, Alan, thank you very much, by the way, dropping a big 26 in the tip jar. Now you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with a simple message. Sup, dog? Hey, sup, Alan? What's up, brother? Nice to have you here. All right. Thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Okay. Ukraine should replace us in NATO. Then everyone is happy. Oh, shit. You know, the rumors are that we're going to have some kind of a new alliance with the Russians. But anyway. All right. Some news stories that popped up as I opened up X this morning. This one, Philly youth football players charged in Florida store theft before championship. What? Oh, man. The incident unfolded on December 6th in Davenport, Florida, where Polk County deputies quickly detained the 14 and 15-year-olds after a manager's alert charged with felony retail theft and conspiracy for over $2,000 in stolen gear. The players missed their ProFlix National Championship, which their team lost 26-6 to the Cocoa Tigers. I have no idea what those are. Coach Raekwon Bynes pleaded with deputies and the manager, while Sheriff Grady Judd stressed the accountability, noting they arrived by Uber with no plan to pay. So here, Florida's Florida's favorite sheriff, this guy from Polk County, Grady, or what is his name? What is his name? Yeah, Grady Judd. You know this guy? He's awesome. Here he is. Here, let's play this.
First and foremost, I want to compliment the Cocoa Tigers. They won the championship after finishing the season 15-0. It was the Atlantic Coast Youth Athletics Association.
First of all, I didn't even know they had stuff like this. Maybe that's an East Coast thing where they'll fly kids from Pennsylvania to Florida playing some kind of championship. I'd never heard of this shit. This is not high school stuff anyway.
The Thoroughbreds, 26-6. I mean, they didn't just beat them. They ran over them. They whooped
their ass.
And the Thoroughbreds were from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, Cocoa Tigers, you did it the right way. That's teamwork with great young men doing the right thing. Now I want to introduce you to 8 of the Thoroughbreds. And here they are. You look at the Thoroughbreds.
Wait a minute. Let me run this back just a little bit. Do you see what that says there? At the top of his sign, it says, "Thoroughbred Thieves." And this poster he made, holy shit.
They are. You look at
those
the
kids use teamwork to shoplift. Yes, they did.
And you find out, what were they doing? What were they doing on Saturday morning? Well, let me tell you what they were doing. They Ubered from where they were staying. They had come from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
How stupid are they?
To the Dick's Sporting Good in Posner Park. Not only did they Uber down there to shop, they had no intentions of paying for their product. So they came into the store in 2 groups, and they began to systematically steal product. And that's exactly what they did. They stole, and they stole, and they stole, and they stole.
Oh, damn.
And they stole. Yeah. How do you like that?
$2,000 worth of merchandise.
Everything that they stole. And guess what?
On camera, because kids are stupid.
As we said before,
there's cameras in the store, kids. Damn.
Anytime that you're not on a camera. So Dick's Sporting Goods knows that they're stealing because they're watching this systematic, organized theft ring called a football team.
That's terrible.
Now, not only did they steal 47 items, but ostensibly, they may have cost their team the championship and the football game because
did they catch them before the game?
I don't know if these all were starters or not.
Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. You know their parents are mad. Not only did they get caught stealing, they didn't get to play. They lost the game. Oh, no.
But I can tell you that we were finishers. We arrested them.
All right, I didn't mean to put their faces on the screen like that prominently. So anyway, you get the idea. So there you go. Congratulations to Cocoa Tigers for whooping that ass after dumbasses got arrested. Okay, moving on. Other articles. Apparently ICE is more Minneapolis news, but this is, I wouldn't say heartwarming. It's sad in some ways. But anyway, excuse me. ICE loads charter flights at Minneapolis Airport Amid a deportation surge, and you can see there's plenty of snow on the ground there. Charter flights, St. Paul International Airport over the weekend. This follows Operation Metro Surge, with ICE arresting about 19 non-citizens in the Twin Cities, prioritizing those with criminal convictions or removal orders, including a Somali national facing 7 felonies. The flights handled by airlines like Global Crossing head to processing hubs such as Alexandria, Louisiana, as enforcement ramps up nationwide under the Trump administration, while local leaders limit police cooperation. So, depending on who you ask, this is great or it's terrible. So Muse is definitely think it's a great. Somali anti-ICE activists in Minneapolis are paid to monitor hotels, homes, and airports for ICE and report back. In this case, the activists reported 26 illegals being loaded into a plane and deported. Bye, bye, bye. Let's see. Let's see if I can find somebody mad about this. Oh, quote. Oh, here we go. This is someone's mad about it. Right now, a flight is being loaded with people abducted by ICE. You mean arrested? People who are criminals or have of deportation orders? At the Minneapolis airport, an activist there photographed the plane, said 26 plus people loaded on the flight. Was the most she'd seen in 6 weeks by monitoring flights. So, if you cause us problems, you go home. Bye-bye. So anyway, University of Delaware, a student was arrested with a gun and planned an attack on a school. Officials say Lukeman Khan of Wilmington, an undergraduate student at the University of Delaware, had a gun, ammunition, and armored ballistic plate, and detailed plans for an attack on police at university in his vehicle when he was arrested during a traffic stop on the 24th of November. So this is news that didn't get out till now. Where's the article I had about this? Where's the other article? What the hell happened to it? Anyway, this is, let's see. According to police, 25-year-old Lukeman Khan of Wilmington, Delaware, was arrested and charged with possessing of a machine gun. A machine gun? This dude was going to do some a machine gun. Is it really a machine gun, or is this just some stupid shit? Where did he get a machine gun? And related offenses following a traffic stop that happened about 11:47 p.m. on Monday, November 24th. At the time, officials said police initiated a traffic stop after Khan was allegedly found operating a white Toyota Tacoma in Canby Park West after hours. Now, is that because the park was closed? It's interesting, we never heard of this. During the stop, officers ordered Khan out of the vehicle, but police said he refused and subsequently resisted arrest before he was eventually taken into custody. In an investigation into the vehicle, police said officers discovered a loaded .357 Glock handgun with 27 rounds of ammunition, along with 3 additional fully loaded 27-round magazines. Police also found ammunition for a 9mm handgun with an armored ballistic plate in the vehicle. Officials said beyond this hardware, police claimed that the officers also discovered a notebook in the vehicle that included handwritten details of additional weapons and ammunition and how they could be used in an attack. Police also claimed this notebook included information on how someone could hide from law enforcement following such attack. More specifically, police claimed the notebook found in Khan's vehicle allegedly referenced a member of the University of Delaware Police Department by name and included a layout of a building with entry and exit points marked. The map was labeled UD Police Station, officers claim. On Tuesday, November 25th, the police said that investigators executed a search warrant of Khan's Wilmington home, where they allegedly recovered a Glock 9mm handgun that was equipped with an illegal machine gun conversion device and hollow point ammunition, along with a .556 rifle with a scope and a red dot laser. This kid was armed to the teeth. In the home, officials said investigators also recovered more ammunition and 2-plate tactical ballistic vest, along with 1 ballistic plate. On social media on Tuesday, law enforcement officials posted an image of some of the weapons and ammunition that police say they recovered at Khan's home. Does everyone know why I'm yelling Khan every time? Anyway, I'm sure you do. Some of you, most of you. In a letter released following Khan's arrest, Laura Carlson's Carlson, interim president of the University of Delaware, said that he was an undergraduate student at the school. So apparently this was a Pakistani immigrant, U.S. citizen. Let's see, the university has said, oh, this is good. This is great. Here's the statement. The university has temporarily separated the student from the university. Oh, really? Good idea. Including a ban from all UD campuses while legal matters are being resolved, wrote Carlson, noting the police sent out details of Khan's arrest in a press release. We have been working closely with law enforcement throughout this matter and are sharing information with you now that we have been cleared to do so. There is no known or immediate threats to the University of Delaware community. However, the press release describes evidence of a plan that targeted the University of Delaware Police Department. This is frightening to all of us. Yes, it is a bit scary. So there you go. Did you hear about that? This is the first I've heard of that shit. What happened to the article I had before, though? I had an article open about oh, here it is. In Front Page Magazine. So NBC report on this too. And the routine traffic stop turned into something much more significant and potentially deadly, okay? Yet you're unlikely to hear about this incident from the establishment, meaning for the perpetrator was not, to the inconsolable disappointment of leftist journalists and policymakers everywhere, one of those right-wing white male extremists, Luqman Khan, as he appears to be intent on proving President Donald Trump correct when he said, our country is at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking... Okay, that wasn't necessary. Anyway, in the handful of established media stories that bothered to cover the arrest of Luqman Khan at all, most make no mention at all regarding Khan's immigration status. Only WHYY, which operates in Philadelphia and its environs, including Delaware, bothered to note that Khan was born in Pakistan and is now a citizen of the United States. In other words, he is now the indication that Trump, for all the abuse he is getting for terming some immigrants garbage, quote unquote, was entirely correct. So yeah, no one's mentioning that no one's mentioning that he's a Pakistani immigrant, which, is that significant? Well, maybe. Could be. You just never know. All right, let's see. Oh, good news. The average U.S. gas price dips again. Now the average U.S. price is under $3 a gallon. And just to let you know, I bought gas yesterday at my local Sam's Club. $2.61 a gallon. I was very happy because, when you average 26 gallons per fill, when I get down to a quarter tank in my truck, I appreciate every penny that I can save. So anytime I can refill my truck for under $70, I'm happy. And I've been happy for all the entire freaking summer because gas prices have stayed pretty low. So there you go. That's good news. Other things, Farmers was trending. You can look through these tabs yourself. Oh, SCOTUS is trending because they're talking about whether or not the president has the power to fire people from different branches of the government that he's in charge of, even though Congress approves and all whatever shit. I don't know. I have a bunch of articles open about this. I wish I had time to get into them. They weigh into Trump's firing of the FTC commissioner. Slaughter sued after her firing, citing a 1935 precedent that shields multi-member agency heads from removal without cause. Trump teams called the ruling outdated for today's powerful agencies. And conservative justices like Kavanaugh, Alito, Gorsuch, and Roberts showed interest in overturning it. Liberal justices, including Sotomayor, Kagan, and Jackson, warned of chaos if presidents could replace experts with loyalists. Well, these motherfuckers appoint loyalists. What is they talking about? Anyway, if you want to get up to date on that, there's a couple of articles on it. I'm going to finish on a different note, though, because yesterday I mentioned to you that my lovely mother-in-law, Mama Boomer, we call her, even though she's pre-boomer, had surgery yesterday, and everything went great. And she's at home, and my Lady Boomer's with her for at least 24 hours, and then we're going to be tag team checking in on her on a regular basis. But it went great. Everything that they needed to do got done. And in fact, they found another little thing that they took care of that was not dangerous, but just, while they were in there, might as well fix everything. So they did, and she's doing well. So thanks to everybody who, dropped a prayer or two, whatever. We appreciate that. And Mama Boomer is definitely recovering. So on that note, that's it. Here come the links from today's show. I'm just going to write the word links and pop. There you go. There's the links from the show. I hope you all have a great day, but it's time for me to go. Thanks for the sponsors today. Alan, Gunfox, TC, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Thanks everyone in the chat, everyone sharing the stream, everyone just being here. If you're watching the show, I absolutely appreciate you, because there's not a whole lot of people watch the show, but you guys come here on the regular, and so that is greatly appreciated. That's it. I got to go. You have a great day. My name's Dawg Knight, and I am out of here, baby!
Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.